I have not tried this on at all, so I don't know if it fits me. Given me rage-induced knitting. If you're looking for a nice, satisfying, quick, addictive knit, this one's it. This pink is absolutely stunning. I would have a whole jumper in this pink. Love this color yarn. Rereading and rereading and rereading and rereading. I got my first diagnosis. Welcome back to Lovely Day Knits. If we haven't met before, my name's Eleisha. I'm a knitter from Coffs Harbour, Australia, and today we have a knitting podcast. I have 3 finished objects, 3 whips, I have a few yarn acquisitions, which I'm very excited for, and I have a little bit of a health update for you. I got my first diagnosis. I'm very excited. I'll tell you at the end if you're following that journey as well. But first, let's get into my finished knits. And of course, we have to chat the Rosie Sweater because it's my recently finished knit and I am obsessed. I have been wearing this every single second that I can. I've had this done for about 2 weeks now. It is spring here, so it has been quite hot this spring, but the last 2 weeks, we've gotten some rain, some storms, so that means that I've actually been able to wear it because it's been nice and cool. So every chance that I've gotten, I've been wearing my Rosie Sweater because it is literally like wearing the softest cloud ever. It's like wearing nothing. It's just so delightful. One thing I noticed that when I was actually knitting this up is that my ribbing isn't the best. I really need to work on my ribbing skills. And so I went on and I actually took a class on Craftsy, and they're actually the sponsors of today's video because I want to work on my ribbing. I took a class called Rock Your Ribbing by Jen Lucas, and I've done some of her classes before. She's absolutely brilliant, and I learned a lot from this class. Jen takes you through step by step on how to do ribbing from the best stretchy cast-ons to binding off. She shows various techniques of ribbing from basic to knitting through the back loop to how to get your ribbing to flow seamlessly with your stitch pattern and some gorgeous decorative ribbing ideas. I found so many helpful tips and ideas about ribbing from this class. It was clear, easy to follow along, and has given me a lot more confidence when it comes to ribbing. Crafty is an online community and resource where millions of crafters, makers, and DIY enthusiasts find creative inspiration, advance their skills, and learn new ones along the way. It offers more than 2,000 exciting classes in over 20 popular categories like crochet, knitting, baking, photography, gardening, sewing, and more. Classes are broken down into easy-to-follow lessons and are led by friendly, award-winning instructors who share their creative wisdom as they provide step-by-step demonstrations. So if you'd like to join Craftsy, then you can scan the QR code here on the screen, or there's a link in the description box below, and you can get the first full year of Craftsy Premium for only $1.49. Valid for new members only. So thank you so much to Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. So I'm hoping with that class that my ribbing can actually get a little bit neater and a little bit cleaner as well. There's always something to work on, isn't there? And also my color work. I'm happy with it. I'm cool with it, but there is a few little things that I can see, especially in photos. Like I'll probably be showing photos or video on the screen right now, and you can definitely see a few little annoying things in my color work, and it really showed in the photos, and it really annoyed me. So I'll be working on my color work as well. But yeah, I'm happy with it in the end. The design is absolutely beautiful. The construction is something so different, and I haven't done it before. So it's a combination between drop shoulder and raglan, which means that you don't have to work the color work on the wrong side, which I really, really loved and appreciated a lot. I haven't actually done color work on the wrong side before, but I've heard it's an absolute pain. And so I was really grateful that she came up with this beautiful construction, and the fit of it is so perfect. I love this fit. It's just perfect. It's definitely my favorite fitting jumper. I don't know what it is, but it fits so lovely. Like it's not too high up in my armpits. It's probably the perfect length. I did do like one modification on the sleeves, and that was instead of starting the decreases for the sleeves, I just knit it completely straight, and then just before the cuff, I just did knit 2 together the whole way around and then did the cuff. And so it gives a bit more of like a balloony type sleeve, which I really enjoy and I think looks really cute. So yeah, I really enjoyed that modification. But everything else was to pattern because I did use one strand of DK in the Cardiff Cashmere Classic. So it's kind of on the lighter side of a DK weight, I'd say. And so I only used one strand. My gauge was out. So that meant that I had to do a little bit of calculation to get my right size. I was aiming for a size extra small, and so I needed a size small to then get the measurements of the extra small. And I think it worked out really well. It's worked out with like a beautiful amount of positive ease. I wasn't really too fussed on like how oversized it was, honestly. As long as it wasn't like skin tight, I was happy. I cannot express to you enough how soft and beautiful this yarn is. It's Card Cashmere, and it was kindly gifted to me from Erica from Yardacopia. The pre-orders are actually now closed, but make sure you go on and sign up to her newsletter because next year she's got some beautiful yarns already lined up, so you don't want to miss out on her beautiful yarns coming out. She has this awesome business where she partners with different yarn brands and gets yarn brands in that can be kind of difficult to get here in Australia and New Zealand. So make sure that you sign up because you don't want to miss out on some of the brands that are coming next year. Because this yarn is so soft, I've heard that soft yarns often peel a lot. I was genuinely expecting it to start peeling after just a few wears because it's just, yeah, ridiculously soft. But it hasn't at all. It's still in perfect condition, and I have been wearing it a lot the last 2 weeks, like every day. So it's been getting a lot of wear already, and it still looks in mint condition, no pilling or anything or any signs of wear. So I'm very happy. This pink is absolutely stunning. I would have a whole jumper in this pink. It's called Hashi, and I'll make sure to link both the main color and the pink in the description box in case you're interested. But it's just a beautiful color combination and I absolutely adore it. It's a perfect jumper. I don't think you could get any more perfect than this. If you watch my vlog, then you know that the pattern clarity wasn't my cup of tea. It was really hard to kind of track along what she was meaning. I think there definitely needs to be some drawings, some schematics in there to show you what she's trying to say, and maybe a video or something just to show it. It was a little bit confusing. So that made the first half of it, I think, a little bit of a slog to try and get through because I was just rereading and rereading and rereading and rereading, just trying to comprehend like what was going on. And maybe because it was a bit of a different construction that I hadn't done before, that made it a little bit tricky as well, but I think it just needed to be like a little bit clearer for it to be like a perfect pattern. I have had a lot of people reach out to me that are more beginner knitters or haven't done color work before and asked if this is a good one to start with or a good sweater to kind of, you know, if you've only done 1 or 2 jumpers before. And I honestly would probably say maybe do a few more patterns before you do this one. And that's purely just because of the pattern writing style. I think, well, for me anyways, it was hard to follow along. So if you're a beginner or a newer kind of knitter, you've only done like 1 or 2 jumpers, maybe do like 1 or 2 more to try and get used to some more pattern writing styles, some more constructions before you start on this one. I've had a lot of people reach out and actually say they've had the same kind of troubles as me with reading the patterns. So yes, that's just something to be aware of if you are kind of newer to knitting and want to tackle this one. But other than the pattern clarity, everything else, perfection. I love it. I want to live in it all the time. And I wish we weren't going into summer just so I could cuddle up and snuggle into my Rosie sweater more. But it is quite a hot day today, so I'm going to get out of this and show you my next finished knit. Before we chat about my next finished knit, the floats on this. I keep catching everything on the floats. And so look at that. Look, that was just me trying to take it off just then. It got caught on the back of my bra strap and it just, I'd highly advise probably catching your floats a little bit more than I did. I didn't catch them very much at all, which is what I loved about this pattern, is that everything was kind of close together. There was only the very start of the colorwork chart and then the very end of the colorwork chart, you had to catch the floats a bit more often. So that's what I really loved about this. But I would definitely say to probably catch them more often, maybe every 5 or 6 stitches, because they do tend to catch on stuff. This is the 3rd time. Look, that's another one that I've got to fix. Yeah, this is about the 3rd time that I've had my floats catch on random things. But nonetheless, my floats do look pretty and I'm quite happy with them, other than getting snagged on things and then stretching out and not looking the best. So that's my little advice for you. Don't be me. Pick up your stitches more often. Don't be lazy. My second finished knit, you would have seen this on my last podcast. It was probably up to about here, and it was a really fun, very quick knit. I really, really enjoyed it. The pattern clarity was beautiful, so easy to follow. I'm really, really enjoying some Jessie made design patterns. I think she just has a beautiful pattern writing style, and I think it's very tailored towards beginner knitters as well because they're just so comprehensive, so easy to understand. I really appreciate it. It's just, she does a beautiful job on her pattern writing. This is the second one I've done of her designs, and the last one was bottom up, and this one was bottom up. But that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to go straight into a mindless knit, and that's exactly what this was. It was kind of mindless the whole way, actually. It was just a breeze to knit through. It was so lovely. But I'm not sure if I am going to rip it back a little bit and kind of redo this neckline because although it looks beautiful, I just don't think it's quite my style because it cuts across here. And while that's really nice, I just don't think it suits me very much. I think what I'm going to do, and I have a little bit of leftover yarn from this project. So I think what I'm going to do is rip back the straps and then continue the neckline all the way up. So it's like a higher neckline. And I think I'm just going to like that a little bit more. So we'll see if I end up doing that or not. It's definitely something that I think I really want to do because I love this color yarn. I think it's my new favorite color yarn. It's gorgeous. I'm not much of a red person. Scratch that. I'm not a bright red person. I can't pull off bright red. I look ridiculous in bright red. But this is really deep maroony kind of reddy color. It's just, I love it so much. Let me tell you what color it is. It's from Kristen from Skein Yarns, one of her beautiful, beautiful creations. It's her all-rounder base in the color walnut, and I had originally picked this to actually do up a pair of socks in, but I fell in love with the color so much. I ripped back the socks and now it's turned into a shirt. I knit this in a size small, I believe, and I think I should have gone down a size because I haven't blocked this yet. And I have a feeling it's gonna grow quite a bit in blocking, and I really like how it's fitting right now. So I'm just avoiding blocking it altogether. So, I mean, the other option could be is that I rip it all the way back and just start again and do an extra small and then do the neckline that I want. I don't know if I can be bothered to do that. It was a delightful knit, so who knows? I might rip it all back and just do it extra small, and then that way, if I block it out, I know it's gonna fit still really, really well because it does have a lot of stretch in this yarn already, and I can just tell that when I block it, it's gonna stretch even more. So I think well, I don't know. I might fully redo it. We'll see what I feel like. It was a delightful knit, so I don't mind redoing it again. Honestly, I had so much fun with it. But yes, this color, this yarn, I love so much. I think I'm gonna make a whole sweater in it next year. We'll see how we go. I just think maybe I think it's called the tulip sweater. It's got like a scalloped edge on it. I'll pop a photo here. I think this yarn in that design, perfection. I would 100% knit that combination. Gorgeous. But I'm really enjoying wearing it so far, so I'm just going to leave it as is for a bit and then see if it will probably just grow on me and I'll end up leaving it as is. But I do like the high neck because I originally found this design because someone had made it with a high neck, and I just thought automatically that's what the design was, but she'd modified it. And the pattern actually has, Jessie has written in the pattern how to modify it just to you pretty much just keep going with the decreases. And she said you can just keep going up to as high as you want. But me being me, I didn't try on this knit at all when I was knitting it, not once. So I didn't know how high it was going to sit. I just went with it. It was a mindless knit and I didn't want to be bothered to try it on. You'll see that's a bit of a theme in today's knitting episode. I don't think I've tried on any of my whips or my next finished project either. But if you're looking for a really fun, quick, easy summer knit or a layering piece to wear under your coats or something like that, then this one I cannot recommend enough. I think I will definitely be making another one, if not redoing this one. My next finished knit and the first finished knit that I've done for my Kuda Vikika knit along that is running now. So if you haven't already joined in, then you're more than welcome to join in. It's running in November and December. It ends on December the 31st. There's prizes to be won. There's a chat group you can enter. You could just have a fun time with everyone else knitting along with the Kika things. It's been so much fun. I've been loving seeing everyone's progress, everyone's knits. I just can't get enough of seeing Kika knits. And so seeing them every day has just made my day, given me a massive smile seeing everyone's knits. So yeah, you're more than welcome to join in. Whips are welcome. You don't have to finish. It's just a very chill cow. You're more than welcome to join if you would still like to. But this was actually my unexpected cast on and unexpected finish because I didn't have any intentions of casting this on for a few more weeks. But one weekend I was just feeling a bit meh and I just needed a good quick summer knit to like give me a bit of a pick me up. And so of course I had to cast on this one and I absolutely love it. I didn't like it at first, honestly, when I first tried it on because yes, this is another one that I didn't try on until I'd finished it, which I really need to get out of the habit of doing because it doesn't always work out. But I'm glad it worked out with this one. But when I tried it on, I wasn't happy with like the shape on it on me. It's a beautiful design and I love the shape of it and everything. But when I first tried it on, I didn't think it was me. I just didn't like how high it came up here and I wasn't sure about like the fit of it. It was kind of in between like an oversized but fitted. It was just, I don't know, it just wasn't doing it for me at first. And then the yarn was like really blending in with my skin tone. But after a few wears, I can definitely say that this is one of my new favorite summer knits. It's gorgeous. I love it. I do love the fit now. I love the style of it now. I love that it's like more of a neutral ease, so it's not negative and it's not really like, I wouldn't say it's like positive ease because it's stretchy, but it's not like it doesn't look oversized. I really, really do love it. I just think it was like a little bit of a different style for me. I either have like something that's like tight or really oversized, and I don't have many that are just like neutral ease. So it was just a little bit different for me, but I absolutely love it now. The cables were so fun. I didn't have to use a cable needle because it's only a couple of stitches that you're actually twisting over for the cables. And they are so intuitive. Like you can just count where your next crossover row is going to be. And it just made it so fun, so nice and mindless. It's a bottom-up construction, which I didn't expect for a Kika because I assume all of hers is top-down. All the ones that I've done have been top-down anyway. It was really nice just to start with that ribbing first off, and then it just flowed so nicely. I just had so much fun. So much fun with this knit. As with all of her patterns, I adore her pattern writing style. She is just so clear and easy to read, easy to follow. So yeah, absolutely awesome. I really loved everything about it. The only modification that I did make was make these straps slightly longer because it was really right up in my armpit. And so she does give you instructions on how to actually lengthen that. So it was really easy. It's just like an I-cord. You just keep continuing the I-cord before you sew everything together. I still have a couple of loose ends to weave in because I wasn't quite sure if it was going to actually like be low enough or if I needed to extend the I-cord, but it's fitting perfectly and I absolutely love it. This yarn, I really, really enjoyed working with. It was just such a delight to work with. It's 100% cotton and it's actually a limited edition from Bendigo Woolen Mills at the moment. It is their Cotton Crush 8 ply and this is in the color French Vanilla. Online, it did look a lot more white. It didn't look quite as pink as it actually came. So that was a little bit like annoying because if it was as pink as it came, then I probably wouldn't have ordered this one. They have another beautiful shade. Actually, they've got a lot of beautiful shades. They've got like a khaki shade and like this orangey pinky shade. And then they've got one called Apple Pie, which looks so beautiful. So I might have to get a few more because it is just such a nice cotton. I'm using their other cotton on one of my whips and it's just like, it's a nice cotton. It's just a standard cotton. I wouldn't say it's anything special, but this one it feels so nice and soft and like quality. It's squishy. I haven't felt a cotton quite this soft before, so I really enjoyed working with it. And I think I'm going to need to get some more of that one before they run out because it's limited and that's really annoying. But I've noticed Bendigo Woolen Mills do that a lot. They'll get in like a really nice yarn and then it'll only be a limited amount so that you can only get it for that amount of time, which is just really annoying. But that's just me being selfish and wanting all of their yarns available at all times. But this with like a pair of white jeans is what I've been wearing it with, and I love that combination. The light pink with the white, just, I don't know, it just does something to me that just like makes me so happy. It's a beautiful color combination. This pink is definitely like skin tone color. So if you don't like that kind of pinky tone, then definitely avoid the French vanilla. I would say there's a few different options on there with color wise, and I would highly recommend it if you're in the market for a nice cotton yarn. They're cotton crush yarn. Absolute perfection. This knit as well took me about 3 days. I had one weekend where I just had nothing on and I was really tired. I just needed something to work on that was just kind of mindless but also engaging at the same time, and this was just perfect. And I spent pretty much all day Saturday and Sunday on it and almost finished it, and I did a bit more on Monday and it was done, which I was just like, wow, 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 wow. How did it finish so quickly? But I think because it's just on an 8-ply yarn and it's just a little summer tank top, it's gonna fly off your needles. And so if you're looking for a nice, satisfying, quick, addictive knit that's not just stocking knit in the rounds, then this one's it. It's awesome. I would highly recommend. Speaking of Kudavakika and the knit along, I've also got another little one on the needles at the moment, which I'm almost finished. So it is a current knit. It's something that I also didn't think that I was going to cast on and ended up casting on because I needed something really mindless. Can you tell what kind of mood I've been in the last few weeks? I've just needed mindless knits. Nothing complicated. My brain could not comprehend complicated over the last few weeks. And so mindless knits is where it's been at. And this one has very much delivered. This is the Coffee Run sweater by Kudavakika. And as you can see, I'm nearly done. I've only got a little bit on this sleeve to go and I'm done, which just has surprised me so much. I did not think that I would have this to show you. I didn't even think that I would have casted it on. But here we are. I have not tried this on at all, so I don't know if it fits me. I really need to stop doing that with my knits. I just couldn't be bothered to try it on the whole time I was knitting it. I was like, nah, she'll be right. If it doesn't fit me, I'll gift it to someone else because I would not mind at all making another one of these because the knit is just so nice. I just had the best time with this because it's so mindless, but it's not just plain stocking knit. It's mostly plain stocking knit, but you've got these beautiful twisted rib details that run all the way down the raglan and then all the way down the side of the body as well, which just keeps your interest. So you're not just doing stocking knit stitch after stocking knit stitch. It breaks it up. So on each side, you're doing a bit of twisted rib. It's mindless, but it's also a little bit more engaging than just stocking knit. And the results are gorgeous. You get this beautiful, beautiful sweater, which I didn't think I would love so much, but I'm obsessed with it. And one thing that I love so much about this one is that you start from the collar. I have never started from the collar before, and why isn't all sweaters started from the collar? I don't understand why I'm picking up stitches for collars because I don't get really on sleeve island. I don't get on body island, but collar island, I don't know if that's something. It is now. I don't enjoy doing collars. It's the one thing that I don't look forward to. And it's mainly because I have to pick up the stitches and I always have an issue picking up stitches with collars for some reason. So this was just delightful to get the collar done right away with no issues. Just start in the round right away. Absolutely no flat knitting in this whatsoever. It was delightful. There's no other word for it. I loved it. Another reason I didn't want to try this on, I wasn't sure about the yarn because it was a little itchy when I was knitting it up. So I didn't want to like try it on and hate it and then not want to knit on it. So I just avoided that issue by keeping on knitting and just pretending like it's a really soft yarn, which it is now. I don't know what it was at first. I didn't like the mohair. I still don't think I really like the mohair. It's a bit prickly. I used Jops Merino Extra Fine, which is a really lovely yarn. I really loved that and it's nice and soft and I think that alone would just be beautiful. But I held it with the Jops Kid Silk Mohair, which I find to not be the softest mohair I've ever felt, and knitting it up, I can really feel that. Although the more I knit it, the more I'm thinking it won't be that bad to wear. We'll see when I go to wear it. I still haven't tried it on. I'm a little bit scared. So if I don't like wearing it or if it's too itchy to wear, then I might find someone that enjoys wearing it or just frog it back and then just do it in the Jops Merino by itself. I'm usually pretty good with mohairs. I've worked with mohairs before and I have had no issues with wearing them, but I'm just not sure about this one. So we'll see when I start wearing it. I won't talk too much about this one because it'll be in my finished knits next time, so I won't bore you with all the other details. We'll chat about that next time. Let's chat about another whip that I've been working on. Actually, I've got 4 whips. I lied to you at the start. There's 4 whips. Okay, this one is from my last podcast, so you've probably seen it before. This is the Kage Polo that I'm knitting for my husband, and I haven't done that much to it. Honestly, it hasn't really changed much since last time, and that's because of this issue. I took a photo of it. I hope you can see what happened, but this collar has given me rage-induced knitting. It was so fiddly and just annoying, and I made a huge mistake on it because somehow I had twisted the whole thing when I Kitchener stitched it together, and I found out later that it's because I didn't count my stitches and there was an odd amount of stitches on both needles, and so it was twisting my stitches. My bad. So it just took forever to undo all of my Kitchener stitch. Mind you, I got to about here with the Kitchener stitch. I realized that it had started twisting, and I just thought, oh, just trust the process. You haven't done this before. It's probably meant to do that. I don't understand what was going through my brain to think that that was okay and that was meant to happen, because obviously it wasn't. But I went back, I started again, and I had the right amount of stitches. I started doing it all, and then I've noticed that it has started twisting on this side. So this side is completely fine, and I've actually done the double knitting for the little collar neck part, and that's looking fine. But this half has kind of started twisting, and I don't know why, because there was the right amount of stitches and it looks like I've joined it to the right stitches on each side. So I don't know if that's just the way it's sitting. Maybe it's because it was previously twisted and it's just got that twist in it. I don't know. But I think it's going to block out okay, because if I kind of maneuver it, I can sit it so that it is flat. And I'm really hoping that it's okay and that I don't have to undo it all, because that would just be a nightmare. I'm not doing that again. It was not fun. The designer is great and the pattern writing is quite clear. It's got a lot of drawings and video links and stuff, but I found some of the video links didn't actually work in the parts where I really needed it to work, because I was very highly confused as to what was going on, because I hadn't done anything like this before. You have to have like at least 120 centimeter cable to actually be able to pick up the stitches for this collar, because you're essentially doing kind of like a magic loop in a way, which I hate magic loop. So that was in my bad books from the start. Nothing to do with the pattern, it's just a me preference. But then you pick up one stitch kind of on each needle, and then you're kind of working in the round in a way to do this double knitting kind of effect, which is so clever, so smart, but too smart for my brain, I think. I got there in the end, and I'm really hoping that this twisty part like kind of comes out, because I really, really don't want to do it again. And I really hope it fits him, because you can't really try it on at the moment. I popped it over his shoulders and it looks okay, but you can't really try it on. So I don't really know if it's going to fit. And if it doesn't, I don't know if I can go through that again. I really don't. So we'll see. So now I think I've just got to do the other like collar neck part, like the part at the front, which was really easy to do. So I've just got to do that on the other side. And then I think I start working in the round maybe, which will be lovely, because now I need another mindless project in the round because I don't have one. So this is going to be perfect. I've used the Bendigo Woolen Mills 100% cotton, just their 4-ply, their normal cotton, which has been really nice. They've got good colours in it. It's nothing like too special. It's a cotton. It does a cotton job. It's lovely. So we'll see how this goes. I really hope he does get a polo in the end. And if it's too small, then I'll end up with a polo. My next whip, I'm very excited about this one, and I haven't been able to do too much on it since last time because I just haven't had the brain capacity for it, but here we are, and it is looking absolutely gorgeous. This is my Slow Traveler sweater, another one for the Kutivakika knit along. I adore the pattern on this. It's been so fun when I'm working on it, and I'm actually finding that the cables are quite intuitive. It looks very overwhelming when you first open up the chart. I was a little bit like, oh my goodness, did I just dig myself in a big hole and I'm not going to be able to do this? It looks very complicated. But it wasn't complicated at all. And once you kind of got the pattern established, it was very intuitive and I found it really easy to follow, and it was just, yeah, a breeze and very delightful to knit on. I really enjoy doing the bubbles. They have been so much fun. I did bubbles on my Maybe Lily tank and they were very different because I did those with a crochet hook. They're quite small and they kind of lift up off the fabric a little bit more and kind of hang a little bit more, where these are actually like knitted bobbles, which I think is the more popular option for doing bobbles. And they're slightly bigger and they kind of sit more flat on the project, which I really like, and I think they're so much fun to work. The cables are just coming up beautifully. All the details are just so well thought out. There's this horizontal, I can't remember what you call it. I want to call it like a braided something. It's where you do a knit stitch but horizontal, and Latonian braid? No, lateral braid. Something like that. I'll pop it on the screen what it's called, but it's this really cool detail where you do a knit that's horizontal across your work, and it was actually surprisingly quite easy to do, a little time consuming but quite easy to do, and it just leaves with the most beautiful detail. And I think she's just put so much thought and effort into each detail of this pattern. I'm not even finished the first chart and I'm appreciating this knit so much. I think over the next couple of weeks this is going to be like more of a priority knit. I think I want to spend a lot of time on this because it's just beautiful and I can't wait to have this in my wardrobe. I am loving the yarn of this as well. It's just working up so beautifully. It's so soft and cushy. It's actually the yarn that's suggested on the pattern and what she's knit her sample up in, so you know it's going to be really good. It's from Novita and it's the Helene held with the Edith. So the Edith is a super kid mohair and silk, and the Helene is an extra fine merino wool, silk and super kid mohair blend, and these together make such a beautiful, cushy, scrumptious kind of combination. I absolutely love this so much. I'll definitely be looking at the yarn in the future as well because the fuzz on this looks so lovely and nice, and it's so soft against skin, and the color is just, I'm obsessed with the color. It's my kind of brown. It's my kind of wardrobe. I love a good brown, and this is the perfect shade brown. So the pattern, the yarn, 100% recommend. They're both absolutely beautiful. And the last whip that I haven't gotten much done on it, and it was a very, very spontaneous cast on. Like, it wasn't even on my radar whatsoever. I hadn't even really thought about this pattern at all. But I was at a market 2 days ago and I saw like a little stall and it had some handmade knits in it. And so obviously I went over to like check them out. And there was a little box of yarn and I found a whole sweater quantity worth of yarn that I loved the color of, and I asked how much it was and if she took card because I didn't have any cash on me, and she was like, no, you could just have it. Excuse me? What? She's like, yeah, I'm moving. I really want to get rid of it. You can just have it. I was like, no, I can't just have it. And so I looked in my bag to see if I had any coins whatsoever, and I had $1, and I was like, can I give you $1 for it at least? And she's like, yeah, great, awesome. So I got a whole sweater quantity worth of yarn for $1. I just couldn't believe it. It's a discontinued yarn, so I tried to find it online, but yeah, discontinued. It's just a Patterns totem. They still do the totem, but they just don't do this colorway. I think it's just like a very old yarn, but I loved the color of it. It's this beautiful kind of marl color. It's like a beige with a white. I don't know, it just looks so gorgeous. It's definitely not a super soft yarn by any means. It's more woolly, more rustic, but it's still nice against your skin. Like, I don't find it irritating whatsoever. And I love the way it's working up. It's this beautiful marley kind of effect. And I love the color so much, but it's got zero drape to it. Like, it is stiff. Oh, there's a little bit. That's more my needles, but it's very stiff. So I'm a little bit worried that it's gonna be like wearing cardboard or like styrofoam and it's not gonna be soft at all. So that's gotten me a little bit concerned, but I figured it doesn't really matter. I actually had an alpaca yarn that I got. I might as well show you. I was gonna show you in like the acquisitions part, but I might as well just show you now. My parents were in the Hunter Valley for a little getaway and she calls me up and she says that there's an alpaca yarn store there and if I wanted any yarn. Of course I wanted some yarn. So I looked up their website and they've got a beautiful assortment of alpaca yarns with like every yarn weight. But she said this one was her favorite and it was the softest by far. It's a lace weight. It's by Australian Alpaca Barn and it's 74% baby Suri alpaca and 26% silk. It is so incredibly soft next to skin. It is a very, very soft yarn and obviously baby Suri alpaca, it's gonna be soft. So I was gonna hold this with this. It made this like a lot softer and gave it a bit more of like a drape to it, a little bit less cardboardy. But then it took away from the marl effect, which is why I fell in love with this yarn in the first place. And so I decided just to go with this. And then if I absolutely cannot stand this yarn on my skin, then I'll like pop them together and then see how that goes. But this is, if you haven't checked them out, I'll leave a link in the description box below because it is so lovely and a great alternative to mohair if you're sensitive to mohair. I can't see many people being sensitive to this. Anyway, back to the swip. I should actually tell you what I'm knitting up. So this is the two-fold sweater light by Kage. I haven't knit any of Kage's patterns before and so far so good. I mean, I've only gotten up to here. It's got a lot of drape I can see in her photos. Like it looks like a very flowy kind of a design. So I don't know if I've picked well or not. We'll see. We'll see how this works. I think what I'm going to do is maybe give this a really, really good soak and actually see if that softens it up anymore. I've got some wool wash, so I'm going to give it like a good soak. It's 100% Australian wool. And so, yeah, it's not super wash or anything. It's just pure Australian wool. And I think that's why it's a little rough. So it's a fun little project at the moment. We'll see how we go. Okay, can we chat not knitting for like a few minutes because you may have noticed. You might have been sitting there thinking, oh, Eleisha, your skin looks so glowy and smooth and beautiful today. Thank you for starters. And I totally know because my skin has literally transformed and yes, I'm gifted this next thing, but honestly and truly, like even if I hadn't been gifted it and I bought it on my own, I would still tell you about it because I've never had a skincare product that has actually worked and worked as well as they say it's going to work. As most of you know, I've had a bit of a health journey this year and it has really impacted my skin like a lot. I haven't been able to get in much water at all. I can't even really have sips of water. Anyways, so that has made my skin so dry and so flaky, and I've never had that in my life before. So Foreo Sweden actually reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try their Foreo UFO 3 device. It's a deep facial hydration device, and I cannot tell you how obsessed I am with this, and I cannot tell you what a difference in my skin it has made. I am beyond grateful to these guys for actually gifting this to me because I have never actually had a skincare product work like this has worked. And they sent me these beautiful face masks to partner up with this device. And so what you do is you grab a face mask out of the packet, you pop it into the device, and then you can either choose to click the button to the setting that you like manually, or you can hook it up to your phone, which I love doing. And they actually have pre-programmed settings into your phone. And so you can match the program to the mask that you're using, or you can custom make your own program. So this UFO 3 device, it's a deep facial hydration device, and it gives you benefits of 5 spa facials. It increases the skin moisture level by 126% in just 2 minutes. My favorite thing about this device is that it warms up. It's got warming thermotherapy. It literally warms up as you're using it, which helps to activate the ingredients in your mask. But there's also cooling cryotherapy as well. So it cools the device down and it depuffs and firms the skin, which helps with wrinkles and puffiness. And then I think the coolest feature is the refining LED therapy. So there are heaps of different light color options on the device, and these offer the full spectrum of wavelengths to revitalize the complexion. And then to top it off, you also get a T-sonic massage, so it gently relaxes the facial muscle tension points and boosts circulation. In the last couple of weeks, I've used a fair few masks, and my favorite one by far has been the H2 Overdose. The Manuka Honey one was actually also really lovely, and the Matte Manic was lovely too. But this one, if you're looking for hydration, if you're looking for a beautiful glow, if you've got dry, flaky skin like me, the H2 Overdose was just brilliant. But the next day is where I actually noticed the biggest difference. My skin was still like, it was literally glowing. My husband came home from work, he was like, "You did something with your skin, it's glowing." Thank you. My mum has actually noticed the change in my skin as well, and so she's ordered herself one for Christmas. So that can tell you how good it is. So at the moment, they've actually got some Black Friday sales going on, and I have actually taken advantage of this and ordered myself some of their moisturizer and some more masks as well, because I'm addicted. But if you would like to get yourself one, then they've actually offered you guys a discount as well for 35% off on any of their other discounts. So you can get up to 50% off. You just use the code LOVELY35 and that'll give you 35% off. So I really am grateful to you, Foreo, for actually sending me this UFO 3 device. My skin has absolutely transformed. I've got some beautiful yarn to show you because I was gifted this from a lovely viewer, Joanne, who has actually already gifted me a beautiful Swift. And then she sends me some beautiful yarn that she was destashing, and I love it. Bendigo woolen mills, you can't go wrong. And this is their 50% wool, 50% bamboo. And this is in the shade Evening Shadow. And then this one is in the shade Galaxy Sunset Gold. And she also sent me a pattern, which I have put somewhere and I cannot find it for the life of me. But it was this really beautiful pattern where the blue kind of fades into the yellow. So I'm either going to make that sweater, or I'm going to use the blue to make up a little sweater and the yellow to make up a little summer top. So I haven't quite decided, but I am just so thankful, Joanne. Thank you so much. This 50% wool and 50% bamboo, I absolutely adore. It is such a nice summery kind of yarn, and I can tell that it's going to be quite breathable, but it's still quite fluffy as well. But I think the bamboo in it is going to give it a really nice drape, and so I'm very excited to knit something up with this. So thank you so much. And I was also kindly gifted a beautiful pattern, the Arctic Light sweater, which I'm actually going to be knitting up for the Kudavakika knit along by Ebba. So Ebba, thank you so much for sending that to me. That was just such a beautiful, precious surprise. So thank you so much. Let's chat some new knits. So this is a little segment where I just chat about some new YouTube channels that I've found, or some Instagram channels, or new patterns that I found, all knitting related. And today I've got 2 patterns and a YouTube channel for you. So the YouTube channel is called Sammies Hobbies, and she is like brand new on YouTube. I think she's got 3 videos. Oh, she has 5 videos now. So she started about 2 months ago, and I'm really loving her vibe, her style. I just really like the way that she chats about her knit. She's very chilled, laid back. She's got a beautiful, bubbly personality, and yeah, she's just really lovely. And I just watched one called Yarn Color Combos I Can't Get Over, and it really just gave me some great inspiration for some color combos I probably never would have thought about. And so I think that's a great video to watch. She's got some little color inspiration boards that you can use for your next colorwork project. So definitely check her out if you're after a new knitting podcast, some yarny chats. She's definitely one to watch. A new winter pattern I haven't seen before, but I think it's been out for quite a while now. It's by Ian Catherine. I found it on Instagram, and it's called her Boucle Hoodie. And I just thought this was just so snuggly, so warm. It's got a little hoodie on it. It just looks like the ultimate snuggle-worthy hoodie. And next winter, I think I'm definitely going to be knitting one of these because I want to snuggle in this all the time already. It looks so good. I love this so much. So I thought you might enjoy that too. And another one is a summer top. And I saw this from Kristen's podcast. She's Skein Yarn. I'll link her down below. And she's knitting up the Margaux top by Gregoria Fibers. I instantly fell in love. Kristen's version is working up so beautifully, but the designer has like a brown version, and I have brown cotton ready to go. So I feel like I'm definitely going to knit this up, but I thought I would share it with you guys too in case you're after a good summer knit, because this is absolutely stunning. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of a health update. It's been a while. Nothing really has been going on, that's why. But I have seen a few specialists and I've got my first diagnosis, which is very exciting. So they've actually diagnosed me with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which a lot of you had actually suggested from my Q&A video. So that was something I'm definitely looking into. And so I traveled for that visit, and sure enough, I do have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Now we've just got to do a bunch more tests to see if the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is actually connected to what's going on with my gut and actually what's going on with my symptoms, or if it's completely separate altogether. They're thinking that it's connected because Ehlers-Danlos is actually a connective tissue disorder. And so people with EDS or Ehlers-Danlos syndrome create their connective tissue a little bit differently to other people. And I'm just learning about this myself for the first time, so I don't fully know the ins and outs, but this is my comprehension of it. And so the connective tissue can somehow affect all of your kind of gastrointestinal tract and kind of loosen things up a little bit too much in there, and it can cause like nausea and vomiting and things. I'm at the point now where I obviously can't tolerate any food whatsoever, no drinks. Water is more of a miss than a hit. I'm still losing a lot of weight, unfortunately, because I just can't get enough food through the tube because it triggers a lot of vomiting and stuff if I go past a certain amount. So it's still on 24/7, and I still can't quite get up to the amount that I need to be able to maintain weight or put on a bit of weight. So we're looking at different options there. And there's a few different other things that they're also looking into and also doing testing for. Gastroparesis is something that they do say that I have, but technically I couldn't get diagnosed with it because the test was inconclusive because I couldn't keep down the radioactive stuff. But I'm doing an extra test so I can get a formal diagnosis of that, which also kind of partners with the EDS as well. They're looking at some other things like POTS and things like that. I have been ridiculously tired majority of the time. So the only time that I really do things is when I'm filming, and I pour all my energy into this because it's fun and I love chatting with you guys. But most of the time, and what you don't see is 95% of the time I am crashed out on the couch trying to focus on knitting or trying to edit through videos, which takes a lot longer because no brain capacity, no energy. But we're not here to complain. I'm here because I'm very happy that we've actually got a diagnosis and going in the right direction. And so that makes me extremely happy. And I couldn't be more grateful for all of you guys that have reached out and extended your care and concern. I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and for watching my videos too. That helps me out way more than you could ever know. This honestly makes my week. It's a big effort sometimes to actually be able to film and be able to edit, but I'm so grateful that I'm still able to do that at the moment. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much for being just the beautiful humans you are. And so many more tests to go, many more far trips away to get those tests done, many more specialist appointments to go to fully find out what's going on, but we're in a step in the right direction, and I'm so grateful for that. So thank you for all your beautiful and kind words along the way. I really do appreciate it, and it means the world to me. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. If you're looking for some more knitting podcasts, vlogs and inspiration, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, and you can join in the family here at Lovely Day Knits. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.